us this enlightening discussion, we have a licensed professional teacher, an expert in education technology, and Arduino enthusiast. May I please call on stage Mr. Morris Bana. A warm round of applause, everyone.
Good morning everyone. Again, my name is Morris. I'm currently a teacher in Darussan University Integrated School. So I'll be talking about spark innovation, cultivating 21st century skills in junior high with Arduino and research-based learning. So just to introduce myself again, licensed professional teacher. I am currently working as a robotics teacher in Darussan University Integrated, a moderator of the robotics organization, and a consultant at education.ph who manages the AWS Restart program here in the Philippines. So I am also a cloud practitioner, certified cloud practitioner, a certified Apple educator with Swift recognition, and also a STEM robotics educator. So, okay, so I'll be talking about basically the education emergency. Why do we have what, or why do we need to foster or develop 800 million jobs could be lost by 2030 as a result of automation, while at the same time producing 950 million new ones. So with this, we really need to equip our learners with the 21st century learning skills para hindi sila maiwanan. Okay? Now, the future jobs require a strong foundation in STEM education, in science, in technology, engineering, STEMs, engineering and mathematics. That's under the report of the World Economic Forum back in 2020. And now, the Philippines is actually making an effort, okay, to close this skill gap. Okay, so under the DOST, Department of Science and Technology, through its Science Education Institute, so they facilitate different robotics competition to ignite the passion of the students. So robotics competition to develop critical thinking skills, problem solving, most of the skills under the 21st century learning skills. So of all platforms, why robotics? So robotics in education, okay, it requires you to build, it requires you to program, it requires you to communicate, especially kung teamwork yan, okay? So it's an all-in-one package. It develops your 21st century learning skills, problem solving, critical thinking, collaboration, communication. Not only with the individual, but also with your partners as well, with your group mates as well. So most subjects under the STEM subjects uses robotics as their platform to develop 21st century learning skill. And one of the leading platforms we currently have is, of course, the Arduino. Okay, so Arduino is one of the platforms educational tool learning skills or developing 21st century. Bakit? Because Arduino is an open source. Okay? It's basically affordable, project-based learning. So you develop your projects, you work on with your other teammates, with your group mates, and you present, you program, you code. So it's an all-in-one package. So nandito na siya, all-in-one na siya. We can basically apply it into different fields as in government, in business as well, business modeling, basically cloud computing, we can use it as well. So all-in-one package na siya. So building 21st century skills with Arduino. So this fosters hands-on learning. So yung application na dinidiscuss, or I mean the things that we discuss in theory, na-apply na agad ng mga students natin. Okay? So for example, currently in the school that we have, I talk about more on in our term 2, I talk about more on soil moisture. So yun yung topic namin, the application of technology in agriculture. Okay? So we are developing, or they are developing, an automated irrigated system with the use of Arduino, or with the application of Arduino. So the concept of soil moisture, naiintindihan nila because they can already experience it, they can already apply it. Okay? So, ano yung soil capacity? What's the optimal soil moisture in garden soil? And we pose a different problem to them, or we are giving them different scenarios. Okay? And then with that scenario, the students would have to think out of the box. How can this problem be solved with the technology that we have, or with the knowledge that we have? So they will build their prototype. Also, they will code their prototype. They will test their prototype. So they also undergone or undergoing the engineering process, engineering design process. Okay? So after coding, after testing, checking the functional prototype, is it working or not? If not, then go back to the developmental phase. Okay? Debug it again. Make sure that it's working. Test and test until they get the results talaga. And then after that, aside from that, we also incorporate research in our subject as well. So we build 21st century lens. So a study conducted by Rosano, coding and computational thinking using Arduino to acquire problem-solving skills. So they involved a total of 25 participants. So including dito ang mga students that has difficulty in STEM subject. So note, after the program, there's a significant change in the students. So they develop, or they gained higher learning in programming as well as in different knowledges. So surprisingly, most of the participants as well na nakita nila yung significant change are women. So with the use of Arduino, we can close also skills gap and also bridge gender gap. Okay? As well as inisip natin, Arduino, parang ang hirap niyan. There are a lot of components involved. There are a lot of wirings involved. But a study conducted by De La Fuente titled Successful Development of Problem-Solving and Computing Programming Competencies in Children Using Arduino, this study positively impact, or this study shows a positively impact in children's academic performance and cognitive development. So, iniisip lang natin na mahirap siya at first. But when we try to teach it step by step, okay, building the foundation to the students step by step, they will get a hang of it. Matututo sila. We start by introducing them a simple circuit. Okay, discuss lang natin yung what's the type of circuit, series and parallel. And then you try to teach them how to build it with an LED circuit. Teach them what are the correct ways of connecting it. What are the different legs of the LED. Meron siyang anode, may cathode siya. How to properly connect the wires to it. And then you engage them with different activities. Building the foundation, then you pose another problem. What if I want two LEDs? Paano natin yung gagawin with the foundation that you already taught that how to light up one LED? So, building different challenges one step at a time. So, as I mentioned a while ago, in my experience as well, we integrate research sa robotics curriculum namin, especially in my school. So, Arduino is also a tool for research-based learning. So, research-based learning because as we all know, Arduino is very flexible and as mentioned a while ago, it can be applied to different fields. Especially in the concentration of kumbaga, my specialty or my advocacy is using Arduino to address our SDG goals. So focus on environment as well. So applied application of Arduino in addressing SDG number 2, zero. So by integrating it with different agricultural or irrigation practices. So with that, nagpo-pose ka ng problem sa students, nagpo-pose ka ng situation sa students, you let them research. These are the available tools. Ito yung problem. How can we make use of this tool to address the problem? Okay? You ask them, i-research nila what are the currently available solution and ask them, ano yung gap dun sa previous solution? Ano pa yung pwede nating gawin to address those gaps? So, with the application of Arduino in research, mas na-foster ng mga students natin yung critical thinking and also develop 21st century learning skills. So, spark innovation, exploring projects with Arduino. So, paulit-ulit ako, no? Ang dami kasing application ng Arduino into different fields. And if you're an educator, you can think a lot of ways where to integrate Arduino sa mga existing curriculums natin, application natin. Okay? So, in environmental science, you can apply Arduino to develop different environmental prototypes. If you are also an arts teacher, okay, you can integrate Arduino to develop different arts that uses technology. As well as, for example, yung nagtuturo pa ako sa isang school, we use Arduino, we use robotics to produce music. Okay? So I teach them different kinds of notes with application of science as well. Notes is equivalent to some frequency. And the higher the pitch, the higher the frequency. Lower pitch, lower yung frequency. So may application din ng quantum physics. Okay? Sa robotics as well, you can integrate different physics concept. If you have a mobile robot, Arduino mobile robot, you can use it as a tool for you to discuss motion in one dimension, speed and velocity. Okay? How to calculate speed and velocity. You have your robot from point A going to point B, record the time, okay? Get the distance, and then compute for speed. So marami siyang application. Okay? Also in the interactive entertainment as well. So this poses, Arduino poses a lot of creativity as well to the students. So the way that I teach my class, I will teach the basic. I will teach how to connect the components together. I will teach them the foundation of the program. After doing so, I will let them do an activity. Okay? Doon sa activity, may konti lang akong tinweak doon sa ginawa naming example. So for example, lighting lighting up an LED, one LED. Yung challenge ko naman sa kanila is lighting up 2 LEDs. Now, the problem that I will pose to them after that activity is, now what if I want multiple LEDs to light up? LED will light up for 2 seconds, then after that, yung other 2, then after that, the middle ones. Then I want then all to light up one by one from left to left. Yun na yung challenge na ipopose ko sa kanila. But I will teach how to solve, how to do it. I will let them think. Okay? Pag nahihirapan sila, go. This is the problem. Discussion is na lighting up. Ano yung nakikita nating pattern? Ito yung program, ito yung code of lighting. I want to light up 2. In third. Ni Sir dun sa challenge niya is different sequences daw. Different sequences. Straightforward para hindi natin ma-stop yung learning process. You let them explore our solution problem. Student, hindi there are a lot of ways to solve problems. As I recall, parang last week, nagtuturo ako ng programming. Convert an int variable or an int. Turo ko yung static cast. Tinatanong kung anong application or so okay, convert this int. Yung nagtaas ng kamay, early na-stand ako. Kasi ang question ko lang naman is dun sa pro. Hindi na cast. So, na-stand ako. Sabi ko, okay, so, tama naman. Okay, but how do we convert this int variable into a float variable using this command? So, ang gusto ko kasi maparealize is how to use the syntax, how to create a variable as well for that converted value. So, may mga iba talagang ways to solve the challenges, and it's up to the teacher to how to develop it or paano ma-engage yung mga students at paano i-extract sa mga students yung answers na yun. Okay? So, going back, so in my school, the La Salle University Integrated School, in this academic year, we really want to focus the integration of robotics to research. We have a research subject called STREAM subject. So this STREAM subject focuses on the application of statistics or basically research into different fields as well. So since magka-department kami, we are just under one department, we really want to integrate robotics with STREAM or with research. So for the first term in this academic year, I want my students to use a sensor. Basically, ang sensor na ginamit namin is DHT11. So for those who are familiar with DHT11, DHT11 is a sensor. It's a low-cost sensor that can detect temperature, air temperature, as well as humidity. So with that project alone, I collaborated with my co-teacher in STREAM or in research. Ano ba mga projects na, what are the projects that we can make use of this sensor? PhD, it's getting climate, basically climate data, humidity and air temperature. Okay, so yun yung una namin naisip. Okay, the application of robotics to climate change. Anong SDG number to? Saan natin siya pwedeng i-apply? And then we drafted a project integration with the Term 1 project. So in my subject, I'm teaching the basics of using the DHT. Sorry. The basics of DHT11, how to use it, how to program it, how to wire it. So basically, yung foundation yung tinuturo ko, how to display the data sa LCD. And what if yung temperature nag-increase na, what will be the next action? No? So yung student mag-a-add ng piezo or ng buzzer or an LED to light it up or play a sound to signify that there's a change, an extreme change in temperature or in humidity. And then sa research subject nila, pinag-aaralan nila is data gathering as well as how to interpret those data. So in my subject, after nun, we collected different data, temperature and humidity in key areas of the school. Sa robotics lab, sa lobby, sa canteen, sa may gazebo. Meron kaming park, One Mission Park, doon sa One Mission Park. And then we let the students gather data day 1 and day 2. And then we let the students analyze those data. And then we let them generate their own conclusion and interpret the result. So, for term 1, yun yung naging project namin. And nagkaroon ng competition, Philippine Roboton, and one of the category is Innovative Open Competition. In my robotics club, yung robotics org ko kasi, mas gusto nila nagpo-focus sila sa sumo bot, mas gusto nila nagpo-focus sa yung mobile robots, basically problem-solving or mission-based robot. And only few would like to go with research-based, robotics research-based competition. So what we did, kung sino yung magagaling sa klase ko, na project nung term 1, yun yung nilaban namin for the 9th Philippine Roboton. And fortunately, they won. So the project is called an airwave guard. So it's a environmental prototype. It detects humidity, temperature, and calculates heat index. Also, this prototype, integrated siya sa IoT. So, yung data na sa TeamSpeak display the value of humidity, temperature, heat index, and we integrated it sa website. At the same time, we integrated it sa application. Nag-develop din kami na application. So, maraming application si Arduino with the use of Arduino, and integrating it more with research, mas nagiging valuable yung output. Okay? Before, way back in 2016, 17, and 18, our robotics alumni na sila, we developed a prototype as well for competition, and it's called Aqualoop. So our Aqualoop project, Aqualoop, nakatatlong modification na siya, series of modification, and we garnered a lot of awards and championship din sa Aqualoop na yun. And this type of robot, it's a robotic boy. So it collects temperature data, salinity, all of the data that the researchers were for investigating changes in the seas and in the water. Now, the first version of Loop, this Benham Rice. So, gumawa kami ng project na yun, and we won the National Robotics Championship. So, as you can see, hindi lang siya pwede sa environment or sa land, pwede rin siya sa seas. Depende na lang kung paano yung pagkakadevelop natin ng prototype. Okay? So this is a video, okay, of our entry dun sa Philippine Roboton. Hindi siya nagpe-play. So anyways, so naman sa YouTube, DLSUIS Airway. Ayan, ayan pala. entry namin for the 9th Philippine Roboton. So as you can see, application to address SDG number 13, and ang focus community namin is the school. Okay? So most of you are asking, or if there are educators here asking na wala pang robotics sa curriculum nila, how to start or how to have robotics in their school. So getting started with Arduino. So this is just my experience, okay? Basically on my experience as well, how to start with robotics in our school. So first, of course, we need to have a needs assessment, okay? Why do we really need robotics in our curriculum? Number one, again, that we want to address the skills gap, as well as we want to prepare our learners for the future jobs by incorporating or developing 21st century learning skills, and by having a STEM program, especially if wala pang STEM program dun sa school. Next is resource acquisition. So of course, you already want na you have the materials to work with. After that, teacher training. Actually, in different instances, pwede na mauna yung teacher training muna, okay? Getting to know the Arduino, and then after that, once you attended a training, you can think, ano pa yung mga project? What are the projects that we can show to our class, or we can start with our class? So, magkakaroon na ng curriculum development dyan, and then pwedeng mag-acquire, saka kayo mag-acquire ng materials. Interchangeable naman siya. Or you want to acquire first the materials, then have your training, then develop the curriculum. Or you want to develop the curriculum first, okay, have the training, and then purchase the materials. Okay? And then, after those 3 steps, you may want to develop an implementation plan. How do you want to implement it in your school? Saang schedules ba siya? What are the assessment calendars? Ano yung basically yung schedule, and how will this be integrated to your school? Then after that, of course, classroom facilitation. So, implementation na nung na-develop na curriculum, and then from time to time, you want to check, you want to assess whether the learning competencies are met. Okay ba siya? Masyado ba siya mahirap for this level? Do we need to tweak something? Okay, it's a cycle. It's a workaround cycle. And with this call to action, so empowering the next generation of innovators. Why do we really, again and again, paulit-ulit lang din ako, so it will be basing on what we will experience in the next few years. Okay, the future of jobs. What we want is to secure our learners that they are ready for the future jobs. So according to the Future Jobs Report of World Economic Forum, it emphasizes the growing demand for critical thinkers, for problem solvers, okay, those who can adapt to the workplace, to the ever-changing workplace. So by using robotics, or by integrating Arduino to our STEM program, we can unleash the problem-solving skills of the students. We can develop their critical thinking skills, and also embrace collaboration among the students. Since in my experience, ang robotics class namin, naka-group sila. They are working with 3 to 4 members. Okay, or depending how large the project will be. Okay, this is essential for them to experience how to work with other people in terms of project. Sa world naman ng work, you are not working alone. You are working with your colleagues. Okay, whether kung nasa education field ka or nasa business field ka, you are working with people. So with this kind of system or implementation, as early as junior high school, or as early as grade school, they learn how to develop teamwork as well, and collaboration with their colleagues or with their classmates. So Thank you so much. That's it for my talk. Again, my name is Sir Morris, and thank you so much. Happy Arduino Day, everyone.